Hello, this is Rob Rubin, and you're watching Expert Village. This episode we're going to be talking about bunkering. Bunkering is when you run up to your opponent who is behind a position, say this one right here, and you're going to shoot them at very close range as you're either running past them or stopping at this bunker. Now, why do people do this? I mean, couldn't you just shoot somebody from a far distance away? Well, not always. Sometimes somebody has got themselves into a spot where there's no good way to get them out of it other than to just basically come on up on them. There are two basic types of bunkering moves. The first bunkering move is a run-through, where you're going to run through the target, bang, bang, passing the target as you're shooting at him. As you shoot, you're just going to keep on going. The second type of bunkering move is where you're going to be stopping at this position. This is more for middle of the field, not necessarily for a snake bunker. Bang, bang. Where you're going to shoot the person and then immediately use his bunker as cover. When you're doing your bunkering run, there is a social etiquette to bunkering. It doesn't sound like it, but there is. When you're coming across the player, you don't want to shoot them in the head. Don't shoot them in the neck. Don't shoot them in the side, the kidneys over here. Not only is that rude, but you can probably injure somebody that way. What you want to do is when you're coming across, especially if they're playing tight in their bunker, is you want to aim for where the pod pack would normally be, right back here, or you want to aim for the bottom of their shoes down here. There's two reasons for that. Number one, both of those are guaranteed breaks. The ball is going to break if they're wearing a pod pack, or it's going to break on their shoes. The second reason you want to do that is because, well, if they're dumb enough to wear cheap pods on their pod pack, they deserve to have 100 rounds get broken on them. There's another thing people tend to do when they do their bunkering run, and that is that they'll be shooting at the person that they're planning on bunkering. Now, a lot of people say that's a good thing because when they hear this thing being constantly hit by paintballs, it doesn't tell them where you're coming from. But I have a philosophy that if I'm shooting at this bunker, I'm basically telegraphing my move because you can feel which side the paintballs are hitting. So this guy's going to know which side I'm coming from, and he'll be able to set up for me. Pretty much like that. When you're making your bunkering run, do not just hold the barrel static. When you're coming in to make your bunkering run, you have to actually keep the barrel moving so that the tip of the barrel is still facing your opponent. If you try to do a run-through with the barrel straight on like this, it's possible that you can miss between shots. Even if you're shooting 15 balls per second, you can have one ball go in front, one ball go behind. It happens. So just remember, when you're doing your bunkering run, eventually they're going to bunker you someday. So do unto others that you've had others do unto you. And we did that entire thing without actually bunkering anybody.